CE Physics 2010 question 33. Here you are given a temperature time graph. So we would like to know the physical meaning of the graphs. So we start with a equation PT equals mc delta T, because this equation describes the heating of a substance. Note that here we have used two heaters of the same power. They are heat at the same power. So I would like to arrange the equation according to the graph. So I will put the temperature T as the subject, and the time T we put at x-axis. So when we write down this equation, compare with the straight line equation y equals slope times x, we know that temperature T is put at y-axis, time T put as x-axis, so the slope is given by m times c. Making use of this, slope is equals to P over mc when you compare the two equations. When slope is equals to P over mc, you can also write this equation in terms of the heat capacity. M times C is basically the heat capacity of an object. So you can write like that. So let's try to look at statement 1. The heat capacity of X is smaller. If we want to know whether the heat capacity of X is smaller or larger, firstly we have to know this one thing, that is, we find that the slope of X is larger, whereas the slope of Y is smaller comparatively. So with a larger slope, what does that mean? For a larger slope, it would mean that under the same power, that object would have a smaller heat capacity. So because slope of X is larger, the heat capacity of X would be smaller. Statement 1 is correct. For statement 2, we have one more condition, that is, if X and Y are made of the same material, what does that mean? Same material means same specific heat capacity. So if there is same specific heat capacity, same C, under the same power P, if we have a larger slope, just like X does, X has a larger slope, but have the same C and P with Y, the only possibility is that the mass of X is smaller. So statement 2 is also true, because slope of X is larger, which leads to the conclusion is mass of X would be smaller. Now lastly, statement 3. It is said that the specific heat capacity of X is smaller. Can we make that conclusion? We look at the equation on the left. Slope equals P over mc. What do we know here is that P is the same. But statement 3 does not say that they have the same mass. X and Y have the same mass. So I don't know whether X and Y has the same mass. What I know is that X has a larger slope. X has a larger slope. But a larger slope can be due to two things. One may be M is smaller. Another may be C is smaller. So whether it is M smaller or C smaller, we would have no clue, because the question didn't tell us that whether the masses are the same or the specific heat capacity are the same. So for this one, we cannot just be sure about that. We can't be sure about that. So this statement is not a correct deduction. There are two possibilities. So only 1 and 2 are the correct deductions. So therefore,